There's so many different ways you can package your knowledge, skills, and passions into an online course. Which way is the best way to go? And is it possible to actually start making sales before your course is even complete? Ninja trick coming up. So timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our online course launch playbook that shows you the exact strategy we use to not only validate our course idea before you slave months away building it, but also start making some sales and collecting some money before your course is even complete. So this is what our online course membership area looks like. So these are all the digital products I have right now between myself and my agency. And so we'll go through some actual live examples so you can see how you can turn your knowledge, skills, or passion into a tangible product that actually makes some money. So the first one is going to be a workshop. And so this is going to be where you have a specific result that you're teaching your ideal customers to achieve over a 15, 30, 60, or 90-day period. The reason this is a great place to start is it makes sure that you're making an online course that's concrete. Because remember, people don't really want to sit around going through a bunch of worksheets and workbooks and downloads and watching you talk for hours on end about your product or whatever it is you're helping them. They just want the result. And so if you structure your entire course as, hey, you're at point A, you want to get to point B, this course will allow you to do that over the next 30, 60, 90 days, then it's a lot easier sell than saying, hey, I'm gonna teach you everything about, working out, training your dog, or eating right over the next, 10 hours of course content. Nobody really wants that. They want a specific result and they want to know how long it's going to take them to get. So as an example, this is our VSL copywriter. And so this helps someone go from I have something to sell to I have a video sales letter to sell it in about 30 days. And so as you can see on the left-hand side, the course is a little bit long, but then what's also really important with making courses is not only your videos, but also having downloads. So each one of our modules has a Google Doc attached to it. And so there are exercises that people go through and it just walks them through the process. This is where someone will go through and create their actual VSL, and there's sections for them to fill in. And then of course we have a template in Google Slides where someone can come through and actually start making the slides for their video sales letter. And so this course currently sells for about 95 bucks. And all of the modules put together, it's maybe 3 or 4 hours. And this is what I would recommend for your first course. Make it 3 or 4 hours, come up with a couple of download ideas, and then see if people like it. If people like it, then we'll talk about implementation programs and larger courses where you can have a higher profit margin. But for now, let's make sure people actually want it, right? And so something else that's really cool about making courses this way, so jumping back into the screen here, is these individual downloads can actually be sold as their own course or product. So this is the next one where you're offering some sort of digital download. So as an example, and this is why I chose this particular one, for making a video sales letter, someone has to go through their customer avatar process. And then we also show them how to actually write the sales letter. And then we show them the graphics and how to put those together. So we have a worksheet for the customer avatar. We have a worksheet that goes through the actual formula and the pages you need to put together to have your video sales letter on. And then we have the actual slides. So each one of those could be broken off as their own product. Now, are you going to be able to sell it for more than 10 or 20 bucks? Probably not. But what's really cool is you can make this specific module or this specific download for your course and then start selling it now, getting product feedback, learning how to market and grow your email list and grow your audience. And so you're actually starting to generate some income before your course is even done. So as an actual live example of this, because I have not completed our Google Ads course, I've probably thought about doing this for over 9 months now, and I haven't had time, but I have had time to put together this simple tool to help someone go through the process of building their Google Ads campaign. So this is about 90 minutes of content when you go through all the videos, and it walks someone through how to use this simple Google Sheet to come up with their keyword ideas, come up with their different ads, and then it includes a way to actually export all that information directly into Google. And so this currently sells for about 25 bucks and it converts incredibly well. And we've actually gotten a lot of feedback on how we can improve this particular tool. So when we finally do launch a full-blown Google Ads course, we already have some feedback on not only this tool, but we've also broken out and created another one called the Google Ads Copywriter. This is a simple course that's about 3 hours long, and it goes through how to actually write ads for Google to actually get better clicks and better conversions. And so even though we don't have the overarching Google Ads course yet, we have a little tool that will be a download in the course eventually, and we have an entire module done that's already selling and making money while I figure out to make the time to actually make the larger course. So hopefully you can see here, when you start with a workshop idea, then you can gradually build up to it and actually start making sales along the way. So if you have any questions about this process, go ahead and comment below. Now, number 3 on our list for packaging our knowledge, skills, and turning it into an online course is going to be some sort of collection. And so this is where you're not necessarily creating new content. This is where you're going out and finding relevant information, or you are finding relevant files and bringing them together and of course changing them. Obviously, there's some copyright issues here, so don't sell other people's stuff. But as an example, we have something called the landing page swipe file. So inside our members area, someone can, of course, once they purchase, they'll get access to it via this link. And it is a really long Google Doc that goes through a bunch of landing pages from some popular marketers and different niches. And so not only do they have the sales copy here, so they don't have to go figuring out what other people are doing in their niche, but we also highlight it for them and include some commentary so that they understand why these particular landing pages are probably converting well. And so as you can see here, this isn't necessarily something that like we went and wrote all these landing pages. We just went and found landing pages that we thought were working well, and then we broke down why they were. So all of this highlighting is actually explained in the first section, so as people go through, they can understand the copywriting formulas and then apply it to their own marketing process. So sometimes when it comes to creating an online course, your commentary on what other people are doing in your niche or industry can be just as valuable as you coming up with your own particular system or training. Now, number 4 on our list is going to feel like a little bit of a cop-out, but this is going to be a bundle, right? So if you followed this particular strategy, you came up with some sort of 30, 60, or 90-day workshop, and then you went through the process of creating a module or creating a download, and then you went ahead and offered it for sale now, and then you can take some of those smaller products and actually bundle them together. So as an example, inside of our membership site, we actually created a membership where we included some AMAs. I'll talk about more of that in a bit. But then in addition to the help desk product, they got a bunch of these smaller tools, right? And so it just added value. I think we gave them the campaign builder, the sales funnel architect, and then these two and the swipe file. So not only did they get access to whatever the main offer was, in this particular instance, it was a Ask Me Anything style site, but they got all these bonuses. So these also give you an opportunity to add value to whatever else you make in the future, because these are great things to add as a bonus to whatever your future products are. And then this also helps from an ethical standpoint, because we've all been on those sales pages where they say bonus number 1 and bonus number 2, and you look at it, you go, I know for a fact you've never sold that thing at that price, right? And so this will just also help with those future conversions. So hopefully you have some ideas. If you still don't, comment below. Let me know I've completely failed up until this point and I can help you out there. But now let's talk about some of the higher ticket courses. So everything we've talked about thus far is going to sell anywhere from $5 to $25 if we're talking about tools and bundles of tools or collections, to $50 all the way up to probably $197, if not $200 or $300. Once you cross that $300 threshold, you're going to need to have a much more involved sales process, which means things are going to get more complicated and you're going to have to put a lot more work into whatever your online course is. And so this is where something like an implementation program might be a good idea. So this is where you combine your online course with some sort of interaction with you. So these could be group coaching calls, or this could be one-on-one coaching calls. So here's an example of one that we are currently experimenting with. So this is relatively new. We recently launched our lead generation factory. And so if we jump into the membership site here, you'll see it looks the same like all the other ones. But the difference is we actually drip out the content. And so in the first week, someone's only going to see this. And then what they do is they go through the course content just like they would in a workshop. And then the first email that they get gives them access to the membership site that you just saw. And it tells them what to do, which is, hey, now that you've signed up, go through this customer avatar training. And then the difference between, let's say, a course that's selling for $300 or $400 and one that you can sell for $997 up to $1,500 is you add a coaching element to it. And so here, someone can book a call. So this goes to our booking page and someone can go ahead and book a call with me. And so what happens is they go through the first module, they go through those particular trainings and those particular templates, and then they have an opportunity to hop on the phone. Of course, this is a lot more involved than just having a straight online course, which is why I don't recommend starting here. And then of course you can see that I make it really clear, make sure that you've done all the homework before you jump on the call. And then this is really valuable because you're able to take the same content that you probably made for a front-end course, and you're able to double, if not quadruple the price simply because you are adding a coaching element to it. And yes, this is going to take a lot of your time, but you have the opportunity to actually interact with your customers. You actually have the opportunity to see how your course and your content is performing. So not only is it going to improve your content, but you're actually going to be able to improve your future courses as well. Again, this is something you should only do if you really genuinely like hopping on the phone or hopping on a Zoom or Google Meets or whatever, Skype, whatever you decide to use with clients and actually walking them through the process. This is not necessary at all. It's totally possible to have a six-figure per year business just selling digital products like this. You don't have to necessarily add that coaching on top of it or consulting if you don't want to. So don't freak out if you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. You definitely don't. But you do need a lot more content than what's in here if you want to make it to that six-figure mark and not have any sort of coaching or consulting as a part of your business. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video. Most importantly, these examples were actually helpful in spurring some actual ideas for yourself. Now, when it comes to software, I only recommend two. If you already have an email autoresponder, you've already set up a WordPress site, and you're just looking for, hey, I want a membership software, then go ahead and check out the link in the description to ThriveCart. It is hands down the best solution for online course creators, especially because it's a one-time fee. It has all the sales bells and whistles that you need. But if you are just getting started, you don't have an email list, you're still figuring out this funnel building thing, check out the link to Systemi.io because it has you covered on all fronts and it's a one and done solution. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more guides just like this one, and until the next, keep building the business you love.